Okay, well, we just came in from the cold. It is raining out there. We just went for a little walk. The hell did I do that for? I have no idea. We know why. Their lawn wasn't wet enough, okay? I had to put out a fire. Okay. I'm working on some things right now. We're gonna get some things into the investment. I think we'll do a little bit now since we've been doing mold making. You've seen the workbench, you've seen the casting, you're kind of going to go around, I think. We're going to go around once more. I think that's basically what we're going to keep doing forever. We're just going to keep going around. Maybe we're going to stop here one of the days and we're going to use the rolling mill and the steel workbench, because I still, I still have my my heart set on making the braided silver bracelet. That'd be pretty good. You come in from, I don't wear my glasses outside, I try to leave them in the studio. I want to take these, they're silver, and I want to braid them together. I'm going to draw them out some more, I think. I'm going to have to draw them out some more. Maybe not, maybe I'll take, I wonder if I could take 5 of them. I like this size better. Anyways, that's something to work on another day. And then they'll have the little Viking ends. I got the mold for this. I carved that. I made that. That's a real cool piece. Every time I make one, I put it on my wrist, it's gone. I think I made about 4 of them already, and I think I made 4 of them, and I think maybe I got lucky to wear 1 for a day. Okay, I finished the support ring, diamonds, beautiful piece. Okay, that's going to be picked up today. That's going to be gone. What else? Okay, so I said I was going to work on the wax bench a little bit. We'll get back to that. Before I go over to the wax bench, I think I have to kind of step in here and of course that's kind of Flask World. That's the investment powder I put into a jar. But these are flasks. See, I mean, this is my largest flask. This is the biggest flask that the long arm machine can handle. Okay, so you can so we can kind of work together. So you can put your head around of what I'm doing when I put them on. But all these waxes got to go onto a sprue base. Right, and it's got to be covered by a flask, and then the flask becomes a cup. You see how that goes together? It becomes a cup, and then we make the investment. It's called investment when you take a Ultra Vest Max with band dust. Now that's to keep the dust down so you don't get the silica and all that shit in your lungs even though you use a mask. Band dust. It's Ultra Vest Max Investment. Investment. I didn't make the name. I'm just running with it, okay? So, now here's a little flask. Alright? You know, you can put 1 ring in here, small items, and that box that I just showed you is I think it's $125 Canadian. $125 Canadian. It's not cheap, okay? I remember when I started this 40 years ago, that box was 20 bucks. Okay. Okay, so there's a little flask. Here's my regular kind of go-to flask. That pretty well fits everything in there. That for size, right? I think it's 2.5 inch, right? And you'll see this later when I put the pins on there. I'm thinking in my mind that this is the flask I'm going to use, so I have that diameter to work with. Now this flask would give me more pieces in there, but I don't believe it's high enough. Okay, so these will work great for the pins, for the smaller, like the 25, the front facing pins. And then this will work for the larger pins. Okay? So this base is a multi-purpose base. It actually fits my big belt buckle mold. That's huge, right? Okay, so I think this should really help with what I'm going to do and where I'm going next, putting the the waxes that we make from all those molds, how we take that from a wax to getting it invested. And then you've seen enough videos where I do well, you haven't looked back. You'll see casting, how the flasks get there. But we're going to go all the way around again. I'll see you over at the wax bench. Okay, here we are back at the wax bench. Now, so I came in from the cold. I walked you over to where I keep my flasks. And you can see the nice flow of the workshop too. My milling room's over here, waxes come out of there. Got all my wax patterns, do my waxes here. I got the casting there. When it comes out of the casting, it goes here, out the door. It's a little bit of a flow, okay? Okay, let's put that down right there. What we're gonna do here, we make sure that no job bags are visible. Rudy and Ellie, I'm going to call you this week. I have to do this job. It's been haunting. It's haunting me. Okay? Rudy, you probably hate me. Look at this. Do I save them for the arms? No, because these are only like $3. Garbage. It's so hard to do. I don't know why. Okay, so I got my, is that gonna be good? Stop it. I hope this is the right side. I could do it from that side, but I like this. Let's give this a go. Okay, so these are like little soldering irons, Weller soldering irons. Now this bench has been with me forever. I've got this bench hardwired. There's a plug and a light switch and a plug box and a light switch and everything like that at the end of the table. And then that's on a cord, and the cord goes into a light bar, and you know, it's been with me forever. Okay, so I plug these things into an on and off switch type of setup. So when I want to use it, okay, so I've cut the end of this piece off, and then this is copper wire. Just wrap the copper wire, when it's cold, just wrap the copper wire around it, bring the copper wire up and snip it. And this just works perfect as a wax pen. Why is it being difficult? Oh, I got it caught on the pop. Okay, there we go. Go. Okay, so lots of room, right? Now, what are we doing? This project is next. We're working on the waxes for that. Let's get the footstool over here because we're not doing that right now. Good pair of glasses. This is the Cave Creek project. We'll put that aside right there. I've got 3 of those. We should do some more. That's the original. That's onto my metal workbench because that has to be made mold of. Okay, semi-organized. Semi-organized. Put that back there. Let's do the pins first. So let's just say, how many flasks are you going to have? So you're using in your mind those flasks that I showed you, right? And then you go, okay, well, okay, 3 5s, 2 20s, and a whole bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 11, right? Yeah, okay. And now I have to make a mold of that one next. Okay, so let's say we can do, we take these 3 items. And for all of you that are following me that aren't bikers, that's okay. It's the process, okay? It's a wax item that's going to be cast. So you weigh them. And then you make a list. What is this one for? Okay. We're going to call this one number 1. I wonder why. Because it's the first one you're weighing for this casting. Okay? So what does that weigh? It weighs 4.6. You write the number 1 down, and you write down 4.6. You don't need to write grams. You know it's grams. You don't need to cloud your head. You know, I don't remember what today's date is because tomorrow I'll be wrong. 4.6, and then you write it down what it is. 3 times, and you know what they are, 5 year. And then you write down sterling silver. That's right. I wonder why the camera does that. Cheap camera? Okay, so we know that. So now we'll pick one of these bases here. Let's just pick the, oh shit, don't break. And when you come up, don't hit your head on the edge of the table. I had stitches in the top of my head like 15 years ago from that. I learned once. Okay, melt and clean up the base. You seeing that? However, I turn this off. Melt and clean the base, and then up here, just melt the sprues, right? I see a little tiny flaw. It's okay. If you see a flaw, fix it. It's actually not a flaw. There's another one now. We'll put another one on here. Because we're going to do 3, right? Now you might be saying to yourself, well, you weighed that wax that you're knocking off there. Yep, I did. Not the end of the world. It just means you'll have a little bit more metal for your casting. No, you're not staying. And when you're going to use more wax, because you want to build this up a little bit around the base now, because you don't want any sharp corners or undercuts going into the mold, because they'll break off the little pieces, right? And that's no good. So you go around, do one side at a time, right? So the other side holds it. Okay? Those are nice entryways into the cavity, you know, the empty cavity where the wax, once this goes into the investment, this wax gets burnt away. And that's why it's called lost wax casting. But we keep finding the wax with these silicone molds. Right? Somebody wants a custom piece from me, a one-off, no problems. I'm going to show you a project. Maybe I'll pull it out and I'll go get those waxes and I'll show it to you. Nope, maybe. This is the size of a nickel, and it's a. I wish I could show you this better, but it's a wax seal. So that's a custom piece. So I did the artwork for that, and then I milled that on the mill. There's no way you can cut this, well, I shouldn't say no way. There are ways that we used to do it. So you would take this piece and you would acid etch it. That would work. You wouldn't get the detail like this. You'd hand engrave it, but it'd be like all day and big bucks. Or you set it up in a CAD, computer aided design program, and you mill it. I should do a series on the milling room. Make a comment if you want to hear that. You got to comment, you guys. You're going to say, hey Frank, you did this wrong, or you did that right, or I'd like to see that. If you comment on these videos, I'm going to get bumped up because YouTube sees that my subscribers are interacting with me, which is a positive thing. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and make a comment. Okay? I'd like to hear from you. Make a comment. This is a beautiful piece. So there's a lady in a dancing dress with a flower crown on it. I mean it. And she's got a little dress on, and she's got a belt on and a little buckle. And there's a banner underneath. I don't know what it says, but Simus Quium, something Scottish, Highlander. I might put an even finer bit on the mill and do this one again. I think I did this one in 0.6, not 0.6, but 0.006. I could do 0.004 bit. I have one of them kicking around. I've got a couple of them kicking around. And she's got little hair curls in her hair, and she's got a smile. I'm going to show you the CAD file for it too, okay? So anyways, that's custom waxes. So I'm going to do just the one of these. I don't make a mold of this one. There's no mold, but I have a pattern. I have a CAD file of it. So when I do it, this would be lost wax. Be gone, right? I don't have a rubber mold for it. I got to make another wax. If that makes any sense. I'm making waxes here, which I hope you know what I mean, right? Okay. Let's put this one right here. Okay, so here we are with this. So we know what the weight of these waxes are, 4.6 grams. So we know we're going to go 10 to 1 because wax is 1, silver is 10. That's a specific gravity. There's a specific gravity chart in a lot of books. You can figure it out. This, if you're into this, a book is great stuff. When I first took up jewelry making, there was no internet. There was the public library and books. Okay. Oh look, JW. Hello. So I have 2 of these. I don't know where the other one is. But, okay, so we were talking about what? Rubber molds? Look at this. A whole section on rubber molds and cutting and everything like that. And centrifugal casting, rubber molds, wax weights, lots of charts and graphs in here. Height of the flask, figure, mixing the investment, vacuum casting. Okay, what were we talking about again? Specific gravity. Let's go to you got to get one of these books. Look at all the neat stuff in here. There's 1 or 2 pieces in here that just made my head spin. I wish I could find one now. Probably guys are going, oh my god, the poor guy. He goes on about custom carving pieces, right? Maybe it's not in this book. Oh, look at that picture there. That's cool. Okay, and there was another one in here. I know there was. There it is there. Look at that ring right there. That head. Isn't that the coolest? Okay. So specific gravity. Oh, here we go. Specific gravity. So gold. Okay, so it goes down. It goes to aluminum. It goes to copper. Melting point 1,981. and then it goes over here to the troy weight. The troy weight now, it's a specific gravity. Gold, pure gold is 19.36 grams. No, not grams, 19.36 specific gravity. 10 karat is 11.57, and then what are we working on? Silver. Silver. 10.53. So, for the sake of everything I do, it's 10, 1 to 10. Does it say wax in here? W. Wax. Nickel. No, it doesn't show wax. Is that weird? Well, I know wax is 1. Specific gravity of wax is 1. So we know that if the waxes weigh 4.6, just move the decimal place 1. 46 grams of sterling silver. And then what I do is I go, okay, well, they say add 10%. So 46 and 4, 50 grams. So we'll need 50 grams of silver, sterling silver, for number 1. And that'll make sense when I show you that over there. So I think for the rest of the video, I don't know if this is going to be too long, but I think what we'll do is we'll invest this. We'll pick this one here for the video and we'll invest it, and then I'll get back to these.